is rolling. Can you bring the mic down? Okay, right there. Right there is good. Okay.
Okay. All right. Could you share with us your story about your transition from high school to college as a first-generation college student?
Because I'm from a really small town, all my family lives there, so we're really close-knit, and I was the first one out of all my cousins and siblings to go to college, so I was the first one to go away for so long. So it was kind of hard on me and my family to be away from each other, even though it was only 2.5 hours, but I didn't have a car, so it was really hard to communicate. And I tried calling family and asking for advice, and a lot of times it's hard when your parents don't know what you're going through in college because they've never been, but they try their best to help you, but it's best to maybe try to find someone that's either a close friend or a professor that would be able to help you with the transition, or someone else that's gone through the same thing. So just being away from family made it really difficult, and then just not clicking with a bunch of the people in my major at the time made it really hard.
That was, for me, for instance, I was in a small university, and it was important. I have been at very large universities, larger than Virginia Tech, and it's always the small groups within those universities where you have to identify. I think we have great people here, and that's really what it's about. It's about people.
These professors brought me in, as they've done other students, and I say brought me in as in they've extended themselves to us. It's not that they stand in front of a pulpit and they, speak a bully pulpit to 500 people. Although the class size is extremely small in this college, that's not what I mean. I mean, these people go outside of that. Okay, I'm here and you're there. Students are not treated that separately or that differently. They treat you as an important individual, an investment. In my opinion, is a good word to use. They treat their students as investments. And I've seen students come back and meet with them and, with warm, wide open arms. They know who you are even after you've been gone.
My one piece of advice, and it really holds for first-generation college students and those that aren't, is seek out a professor that you can connect with, seek out a group of students that enjoy the same things as you do. And with regard to that professor, we want to hear your story. We understand your background, and we understand that you may or may not have a support network at home, and that really holds for every student. And so come tell us your story, and we will connect you with what you need to be successful. I always say to my students that my job is to make you successful, and I'm only successful if you end up doing what you want to do.
What makes me like Virginia Tech or love being here at Virginia Tech is the sense of community. I know it sounds like a cliche, but when I first came to Virginia Tech, everybody talked about it. People outside of Virginia talked about it. When I was in Richmond, I knew people who had gone to Virginia Tech, and they talked about that sense of community and that sense of family because you went to Virginia Tech. But now, after having been here at Virginia Tech for 5 years, I absolutely do feel that way. Even when I leave Virginia Tech to go to a conference or go back to Richmond, they say, "Where are you from?" "Well, I go to Virginia Tech." And it's an instant feeling of community. You've got an association with someone. And that's very important.
When I think about what excites me about coming to work and teaching and working with students, it's that. It's seeing them get the idea and feeling good about it. So you sort of wait for those moments, and I guess you do all you can to develop them. But that's what it's about, I think. Yeah.
One of the things that Virginia Tech is very good at is pushing that interaction. There's group projects, which as a student, people are constantly, "Oh, I don't want to do a group project." These group projects make students interact, and in the workplace and in the real world, everything is about interaction with other people. There are very few islands in the real world. We all are interconnected, and we work together. We depend on each other. Virginia Tech gives you somebody to depend on. So that's a strong attribute.